the body speaks, often in whispers. For elder women, a lifetime of experience is held, yet some truths about daily choices remain veiled. Listen closely, for the final understanding shared today touches the very essence of well-being. Don't miss this. Inner comfort. We find ourselves often in a dialogue with the world around us, a world that presents certain images, certain expectations of how things ought to be. This is particularly true when it comes to the vessel we inhabit, our physical form. For women who have journeyed through many seasons of life, the dialogue shifts, or rather, it should shift towards an inner listening. The garments we choose, those closest to our skin, are not merely coverings. They are an interface between our inner environment and the outer world. Consider the simple act of choosing a foundation garment, a bra. For many years, the choice might have been dictated by fashion, by a desire to conform to a certain silhouette, perhaps even by a sense of obligation. But as the body matures, as it gathers wisdom in its tissues and resilience in its spirit, the primary consideration, the guiding principle, must become inner comfort. This is not a surrender to slovenliness, as some might mistakenly perceive it. Rather, it is an elevation of personal well-being above imposed ideals. It is a recognition that true elegance, true grace, arises from a state of ease, not from constriction or artifice. The skin, our largest organ, becomes more delicate, more communicative of its needs as we age. It tells us, sometimes quite insistently, what it can no longer tolerate. The underwires that once seemed a necessary evil, the tight bands that left their imprint not just on the skin but on our very breath, these things may now be sources of significant discomfort, even pain. To ignore these signals is to create a subtle, constant friction within our system, a low hum of unease that can color our days. Why would we knowingly introduce such discord? The pursuit of inner comfort in our clothing is an act of profound self-respect. It is saying, I value how I feel above how I am perceived to look according to transient standards. This shift in priority can be incredibly liberating. It opens up a space for gentler fabrics, softer structures, designs that move with the body, not against it. Think of a tree in the wind. Its strength lies in its ability to yield, to sway, not in rigid resistance. Our bodies too seek this harmonious interaction with what we place upon them. Choosing comfort is also an act of kindness towards oneself. We spend so much of our lives caring for others, attending to their needs. As we enter the later chapters, it is essential to turn that same compassionate attention inward. If a particular garment causes chafing, restricts movement, or simply feels wrong on an intuitive level, that is the body's wisdom speaking. To heed it is to honor the incredible journey this body has undertaken. It is to acknowledge that its requirements have evolved, and that is perfectly natural. The marketplace now, more than ever, offers options that cater to this need for gentle support, for breathable materials, for designs that embrace rather than confine. Seeking these out is not an indulgence. It is a fundamental aspect of self-care, as vital as nourishing food or restful sleep. The peace that comes from being truly comfortable in one's own skin and in one's own clothes radiates outward, influencing our mood, our interactions, and our overall sense of contentment. It is a quiet revolution, this turning towards inner comfort, but its effects are deeply felt. The acceptance that comes with prioritizing comfort can also ripple into other areas of life. When we learn to listen to the body's subtle cues regarding something as seemingly mundane as a bra, we become more attuned to its messages in other contexts, perhaps about the food we eat, the activities we engage in, or the rest we require. It is a practice in mindfulness, this deliberate choice. It's about recognizing that the shoulds and ought tos often originate externally, while the truest guidance comes from within. For senior women, this is a powerful reclamation of autonomy, a quiet declaration that their well-being on their own terms is paramount. The relief that follows the shedding of ill-fitting, uncomfortable garments is palpable. It is a physical unburdening that often translates into a mental and emotional lightening as well. This journey towards inner comfort is not about a specific product, but a principle that our choices should nurture us, support our vitality, and allow us the freedom to move through our days with ease and a quiet joy. flow freely. Consider the great rivers of the earth, how they carve their paths, nourishing the lands through which they pass. Life depends on their unimpeded flow. Within our own bodies, there are similar rivers, pathways of blood, of lymph, of vital energy. These must also flow freely for health to be maintained. When we encase ourselves in garments that are too tight, too constricting, especially around the torso, we are, in essence, building dams in these internal rivers. The band of a bra, if it is too restrictive, can exert considerable pressure, not just on the surface skin, but on the delicate structures beneath. This pressure can subtly impede the natural circulation of blood. While a single day in a tight bra might not seem catastrophic, the cumulative effect over weeks, months, and years can contribute to a subtle starvation of tissues, a reduced efficiency in the delivery of oxygen and nutrients, and the removal of waste products. For older women whose circulatory systems may already be facing other challenges, this added burden is an unnecessary imposition. The act of breathing itself, the fundamental rhythm of life, can also be subtly compromised. A band that digs into the rib cage restricts the full expansion of the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles. Our breaths may become shallower, less complete. We might not even consciously notice this, but the body registers it. A full, deep breath is not just about oxygen intake, it is a vital pump for the lymphatic system. It massages the internal organs, it calms the nervous system. When our breathing is habitually shallow due to external constriction, we deny ourselves these profound benefits. It's like trying to play a beautiful wind instrument while someone is gently squeezing the bellows. The music can still be produced, but it lacks its full resonance, its full power. Allowing the torso the freedom to expand fully with each breath is a simple yet profound way to support overall vitality. This doesn't mean abandoning all support, but rather choosing support that coexists harmoniously with the body's natural functions, support that guides rather than dictates. The lymphatic system, that silent guardian of our immunity, relies on movement and muscular contraction, including the gentle motion of breathing to circulate its fluid. Unlike the circulatory system, it has no central pump like the heart. Tight garments, particularly those that press firmly around the chest and underarm area where lymph nodes are concentrated, can potentially hinder this delicate flow. Imagine a gentle stream that needs to meander through a meadow. If you place a series of tight constrictions across its path, the flow becomes sluggish, stagnant. While the direct link between bras and serious lymphatic issues is a complex area of ongoing research, the principle of allowing unimpeded flow for any bodily system is a sound one. Why introduce a potential impediment when alternatives exist that offer support without such compression? The goal is to work with the body's inherent wisdom, not against it. This means being mindful of pressure points, of areas where a garment binds or pinches, and choosing styles that allow for ease and unobstructed movement of fluid and energy. This concept of free flow extends beyond the purely physical. When we feel physically restricted, it can subtly translate into a feeling of being mentally or emotionally constrained. There's a lightness, a sense of liberation that comes with wearing clothes that allow the body to breathe and move without hindrance. For senior women who have a lifetime of experience navigating various forms of societal and personal constraints, embracing physical freedom in their attire can be a powerful symbol of inner liberation as well. It's about choosing ease, not just in a garment, but as a way of being. When blood flows freely, when breath is deep and full, when the lymph circulates efficiently, the body operates with greater harmony. This internal harmony is a foundation for a more vibrant, engaged life. It is a quiet act of self-stewardship, this conscious decision to remove unnecessary dams and allow the rivers within to flow as they are meant to, nourishing us from the inside out. Skin harmony. The skin, our most extensive sensory organ, is a mirror to our inner state and a constant communicator with the outer world. As we journey through life, its texture, its resilience, its very nature undergoes a transformation. For many older women, the skin becomes finer, perhaps drier, and certainly more sensitive to irritants. The robust barrier it once presented may now react more readily to friction, to pressure, to synthetic materials that do not breathe. What might have been tolerated in younger years, a lace trim that scratches, a synthetic fabric that traps moisture, an elastic band that bites, can now become a source of persistent discomfort, leading to redness, chafing, rashes, or even broken skin. This is not a failing of the skin, it is simply a change in its needs, a call for a gentler approach. Achieving skin harmony, especially in the delicate areas covered by a bra, requires a conscious shift in our choices, prioritizing a peaceful coexistence between fabric and skin. The materials from which our undergarments are crafted play a pivotal role in this. Synthetic fabrics, while often lauded for their durability or shaping properties, can be problematic for sensitive, mature skin. Many do not allow for adequate air circulation, trapping moisture against the skin. This warm, damp environment can become a breeding ground for yeast or bacteria, leading to irritation or infection. Furthermore, the chemicals used in the manufacturing and dyeing of some synthetic textiles can themselves be irritants for certain individuals. Natural fibers, such as soft cotton, bamboo, silk, or modal, tend to be more breathable and gentler. They allow air to circulate, wick moisture away from the skin, and generally have a softer feel. Making a conscious choice for natural, skin-friendly fabrics is an act of kindness, a way of nurturing the skin and preventing unnecessary distress. It is about creating a microclimate next to the body that is balanced and supportive of skin health. Beyond the material itself, the construction of the garment is crucial. Seams, hooks, tags, and embellishments can all become points of friction. A seam that is thick or poorly placed can rub incessantly, creating a sore spot. Hooks and eyes, especially if they are not well covered or if the garment shifts, can dig into the skin. Even a seemingly innocuous label can become a source of maddening itchiness. For senior women, the ideal undergarment is one that is smoothly constructed, with minimal seams, perhaps with padded closures or seamless designs. Some may find relief in front closure bras, which can be easier to manage and may have a smoother back panel. The goal is to minimize any potential for abrasion or pressure points. It's akin to ensuring a smooth path for a gentle traveler. Any unnecessary obstacles should be removed. The skin appreciates this attention to detail, this effort to eliminate potential sources of irritation, and responds with greater comfort and health. Maintaining skin harmony also involves mindful care of both the skin and the garments. Regular, gentle cleansing of the skin is important, as is ensuring that bras are washed frequently with mild, non-irritating detergents to remove sweat, oils, and bacteria. Allowing the skin to be free of any constriction for a period each day, perhaps in the evening or during sleep, can also be beneficial, giving it time to breathe and recover. If irritation does occur, it's important to address it promptly, perhaps by switching to an even gentler garment or using a soothing protective cream. Listening to the skin signals, a slight itch, a feeling of tightness, a patch of redness, and responding with care is key. This ongoing dialogue, this gentle attentiveness, is what fosters true skin harmony. It is a recognition that our skin is a living, responsive part of us, deserving of the same thoughtful consideration we might give to a delicate silk scarf or a cherished plant. Body frame. Our skeletal structure, the very frame upon which our body is built, is a marvel of engineering. It supports us, allows us to move, and protects our vital organs. Yet, like any structure, it is susceptible to the forces placed upon it, both internal and external. For senior women, maintaining good posture and minimizing strain on the back, shoulders, and neck becomes increasingly important for overall well-being and mobility. An ill-fitting bra, particularly one that does not provide appropriate support in the right places or that distributes weight unevenly, can be a significant, often overlooked contributor to musculoskeletal discomfort. The straps of a bra, if too thin or too tight, can dig into the shoulders, creating painful grooves and potentially compressing nerves or restricting blood flow. This constant downward pull can lead to chronic shoulder pain, tension headaches, and a tendency to hunch forward, further compromising posture. The band of the bra plays a crucial role in providing support. If the band is too loose, the weight of the breasts is transferred almost entirely to the straps, exacerbating the problems mentioned above. If the band is too tight, it can restrict movement of the rib cage, contribute to back pain, and create uncomfortable pressure points. The ideal is a band that is snug enough to provide the majority of the support, anchoring the bra to the torso, but not so tight as to constrict or cause discomfort. This allows the straps to simply help with positioning and lift, rather than bearing the full load. Finding this balance is key. Many women, unfortunately, wear bras with bands that are too large and cups that are too small, a combination that almost guarantees poor support and consequent strain on the body frame. Getting professionally fitted, especially as the body changes with age, can be an invaluable step in finding a garment that works with rather than against the body's structure. The long-term effects of poor bra fit on posture can be insidious. If a bra encourages a slumped or rounded shoulder posture, either because it is uncomfortable or because it fails to provide adequate uplift and distribution of weight, this habitual posture can become ingrained. Over time, this can lead to changes in the curvature of the spine, muscle imbalances, and a cascade of related issues, such as reduced lung capacity and digestive discomfort. It's like a building with a subtly compromised foundation. Over time, stresses appear in unexpected places. Conversely, a well-fitting bra that supports the breasts properly can actually help to improve posture by allowing the shoulders to relax back into a more natural alignment and encouraging a more upright stance. This, in turn, can alleviate strain on the neck and back muscles, leading to a greater sense of physical ease and even improved confidence. Addressing the impact of undergarments on the body frame is an act of respecting the intricate mechanics of our musculoskeletal system. It is about understanding that even seemingly small, daily choices can have cumulative effects. For older women, preserving mobility and minimizing pain are paramount for maintaining independence and quality of life. Choosing a bra that fits well and provides appropriate support is a tangible way to contribute to these goals. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about biomechanics. It's about ensuring that this incredible frame that has carried us through life continues to be supported in a way that allows for comfort, freedom of movement, and graceful aging. Just as a well-designed trellis supports a growing vine, allowing it to flourish, a well-chosen bra can support the body frame, helping it to maintain its integrity and strength. Clear pathways. Within the intricate landscape of our physiology lies the lymphatic system, a network of vessels and nodes that serves as a crucial component of our immune defense and fluid balance. Unlike the circulatory system, which is propelled by the heart's steady beat, the lymphatic system relies on more subtle forces, muscular movement, diaphragmatic breathing, and the natural pulsations of nearby arteries. Its role is to collect excess fluid, cellular waste, proteins, and potential pathogens from the tissues and transport them back into the bloodstream for processing and elimination. This system is a silent worker, essential for detoxification and maintaining a healthy internal environment. For older women whose immune responses may naturally become less robust with age, supporting the optimal function of the lymphatic system is particularly important. And here, the choice of undergarments can play an often unacknowledged role. The areas around the breasts, under the arms, and across the upper chest are rich with lymph nodes and lymphatic vessels. These are key collection points and transit roads for lymphatic fluid draining from the breast tissue and surrounding areas. Garments that are excessively tight or that exert prolonged, constricting pressure in these regions have the potential to impede the gentle, low-pressure flow of lymph. Imagine a delicate network of tiny streams. If you place barriers or constrictions across them, the flow can become sluggish, leading to a buildup of fluid and a less efficient clearance of waste products. While the body has remarkable compensatory mechanisms, chronic daily constriction is an unnecessary challenge to this vital system. The concern is not typically about acute, severe blockage from a bra alone, but rather a subtle, ongoing interference that, over time, could compromise the system's efficiency. This is not to suggest that wearing any bra is inherently harmful to the lymphatic system. Rather, it is a call for mindfulness regarding fit and pressure. Bras with tight, unyielding bands, constricting underwires that press into the tissue, or straps that dig deeply can create localized areas of compression. It is important to choose bras that provide support without squeezing or leaving deep indentations in the skin, as these are visible signs of pressure that might also be affecting underlying tissues. Styles that distribute support more broadly, using wider bands and straps, and those made from flexible, breathable materials, are generally preferable. Some women may find that wireless bras, or those with softer, more cushioned underwires, offer a better balance of support and gentle contact. The aim is to allow the lymphatic pathways to remain as open and unhindered as possible, facilitating their crucial work. Promoting clear lymphatic pathways is about more than just avoiding constriction. It also involves encouraging flow. Gentle movement, such as walking or specific exercises, helps to pump lymph fluid. Deep diaphragmatic breathing acts as a natural pump for the thoracic duct, a major lymphatic vessel. Even simple practices like dry skin brushing towards the heart before a shower can stimulate lymphatic circulation. When considering bra choices, therefore, it's part of a larger picture of supporting the body's natural detoxification processes. For senior women, taking simple, proactive steps to ensure their lymphatic system can function optimally is a valuable investment in their overall health and resilience. It's about fostering an internal environment where waste is efficiently removed and the immune system can operate at its best, ensuring that these vital, clear pathways within remain open and flowing, like a well-maintained irrigation system nurturing a garden. Natural form. The human body is a testament to constant change, a dynamic entity that evolves through every stage of life. For women, the breasts are a particularly visible example of this transformation, influenced by hormonal shifts, pregnancy, breastfeeding, weight fluctuations, and the natural processes of aging. As women enter their senior years, it is common for breast tissue to become less dense, for the skin to lose some of its elasticity, and for the overall shape and position of the breast to alter. This is not a pathology. It is a natural, expected part of the aging journey. Yet, societal narratives around an ideal breast shape often persist, creating pressure to maintain a youthful appearance that may no longer align with the body's current reality. Embracing the natural form of the aging breast is an act of profound self-acceptance and a liberation from often unrealistic and uncomfortable expectations. The quest to defy gravity or to lift and separate aging breasts into a preconceived youthful silhouette can lead to choices in undergarments that prioritize appearance over comfort and health. Bras with rigid construction, heavy underwires, and significant padding may achieve a certain look, but they can also be restrictive, uncomfortable, and even contribute to some of the issues already discussed, such as skin irritation or impaired circulation. There comes a point where honoring the body's natural state becomes more important than conforming to an external aesthetic. This involves acknowledging that the breasts will change and that this change is okay. It is part of the story the body tells, a story of a life lived, of experiences accumulated. Attempting to force the breasts into a shape that is no longer natural to them can be a source of daily discomfort and a subtle denial of the aging process itself. Choosing bras that accommodate and gently support the natural form of mature breasts, rather than trying to remold them, is key. This might mean opting for softer cup designs, bras made from more flexible materials that adapt to the body's contours, or styles that offer comfortable support without aggressive shaping. For some women, especially those with smaller or less pendulous breasts, the need for highly structured support may diminish significantly. They might find greater comfort and freedom in softer bralettes, camisoles with built-in support, or even choosing to go without a bra at times, particularly in the comfort of their own home. The emphasis shifts from correction to accommodation, from lifting to gently holding. This approach respects the body's integrity and prioritizes its ease. Embracing the natural form is also deeply connected to body image and self-esteem. When women can look at their changing bodies with kindness and acceptance, rather than with criticism or a desire to fix what is merely aging naturally, it fosters a healthier relationship with oneself. The breasts, like any other part of the body, are deserving of care and respect, regardless of their shape or size. For senior women, this can be a powerful act of self-love, a shedding of societal pressures, and an embracing of their authentic selves. The beauty of the aging body lies in its history, its resilience, and its wisdom, not in its adherence to a youthful ideal. Allowing the breasts to settle into their natural form, supported gently and comfortably, is a way of honoring this journey and finding a deeper sense of peace with the remarkable vessel that has carried them through life. Breathable layers. The simple act of clothing ourselves is an interaction with our environment, a way of mediating temperature, providing protection, and expressing identity. The layers closest to our skin, however, have a particularly intimate role to play in our physiological comfort. They form a microclimate against the body, and the nature of this microclimate can significantly impact skin health and overall well-being. For senior women, whose skin may be more sensitive and whose thermoregulatory systems might be less efficient, the breathability of their undergarments, especially bras, becomes a crucial consideration. Breathable layers are those that allow air to circulate freely and moisture to evaporate, preventing the buildup of heat and dampness against the skin. This is essential for maintaining comfort and preventing a range of minor but persistent irritations. Synthetic fabrics, such as nylon, polyester, and some spandex blends, while offering stretch and durability, often lack breathability. They can trap heat and moisture, creating a warm, humid environment next to the skin. This can lead to a feeling of clamminess, especially in warmer weather or during physical activity. More significantly, this trapped moisture can soften the skin, making it more susceptible to friction and chafing. It can also create an ideal environment for the growth of yeast or bacteria, potentially leading to skin infections, rashes, or unpleasant odors. For women experiencing hot flashes associated with menopause or postmenopause, non-breathable fabrics can exacerbate discomfort, making these episodes feel even more intense and prolonged. The feeling of being encased in a damp, non-breathing garment can be deeply uncomfortable and detract from one's sense of well-being. In contrast, natural fibers like cotton, linen, bamboo, silk, and modal are generally much more breathable. Cotton is a classic choice for its softness and ability to absorb moisture, though it can be slow to dry. Bamboo fabric is known for its excellent wicking properties, pulling moisture away from the skin and allowing it to evaporate quickly, as well as its softness and hypoallergenic nature. Silk, while more delicate, is also breathable and feels luxurious against the skin. Modal, derived from beech trees, is soft, breathable, and drapes well. Choosing bras made predominantly from these natural breathable materials can make a significant difference in daily comfort. They help to keep the skin drier and cooler, reducing the risk of irritation and creating a more pleasant wearing experience. This is not just a matter of preference, it is a matter of supporting the skin's natural functions. The importance of breathable layers extends to the overall design of the bra as well. Even if the primary fabric is breathable, features like thick foam padding can reduce air circulation in certain areas. Opting for unlined or lightly lined bras, or those with perforated or spacer foam cups, can enhance breathability. The goal is to create an undergarment that works in harmony with the body's need to regulate temperature and manage moisture. For senior women, making this conscious choice for breathable layers is an act of self-care, ensuring that the garments closest to their skin contribute to, rather than detract from, their comfort and health. It's like choosing to live in a well-ventilated house rather than a stuffy room. The difference in the quality of the internal environment is palpable and contributes significantly to a sense of ease and vitality. Nightly ease. The question of whether or not to wear a bra to bed is one that has been debated for generations, with opinions often varying widely. For some women, sleeping in a bra offers a sense of security or support, particularly if they have larger breasts. For others, the idea of any constriction during sleep is anathema, a barrier to complete relaxation and rest. As women age, and as comfort becomes an increasingly important factor in all aspects of life, re-evaluating nighttime bra wearing habits can be a worthwhile endeavor. The primary goal of sleep is restoration, physical, mental, and emotional. Anything that interferes with the quality or depth of this restorative process deserves careful consideration. For many senior women, achieving nightly ease may mean liberating themselves from the habit of wearing a bra during sleep, allowing the body to be completely unencumbered. From a physiological perspective, there is generally no compelling medical reason for most women to wear a bra to bed. Claims that it prevents sagging or maintains breast shape overnight are largely unsupported by scientific evidence. Breast sagging is primarily due to factors like gravity, aging, genetics, and changes in breast tissue composition, not whether one sleeps with or without a bra. On the contrary, wearing a bra during sleep, especially if it is even slightly constricting, can potentially interfere with some of the body's natural nighttime processes. It could subtly impede circulation or lymphatic drainage at a time when the body is focused on repair and detoxification. It might also restrict the natural movements of the torso and rib cage during breathing, potentially leading to shallower breaths and less restful sleep. For those with sensitive skin, the constant contact and potential for friction from a bra, even a soft one, could lead to irritation over many hours. The most significant factor, however, is often comfort. Sleep is a time for the body to be completely at ease. Any garment that binds, pinches, rides up, or simply feels there can be a subtle distraction, preventing the deep relaxation necessary for truly restorative sleep. Many women report sleeping more soundly and comfortably once they make the decision to go braless at night. They describe a sense of freedom, of being untethered. For older women who may already be contending with other sleep disruptors, perhaps aches and pains, the need to use the restroom, or changes in sleep patterns common with age, eliminating any potential source of discomfort from their sleep environment is a simple yet effective step towards improving sleep quality. If the habit of wearing a bra to bed is deeply ingrained, it might take a few nights to adjust, but many find the eventual increase in comfort well worth the transition. Of course, personal preference remains paramount. If a woman genuinely feels more comfortable and secure sleeping in a very soft, non-restrictive, wire-free bralette, and it does not cause her any irritation or impede her sleep, then that is her valid choice. The key is to make this choice consciously, based on an honest assessment of one's own comfort and bodily needs, rather than on outdated advice or unfounded fears about breast appearance. For many senior women, however, the journey towards nightly ease often leads to the conclusion that less is more when it comes to sleepwear. Allowing the body to be free of any unnecessary constriction during these vital hours of rest can contribute to a deeper sense of physical relaxation, better quality sleep, and ultimately, a greater feeling of well-being upon waking. It is a small change that can yield significant benefits in the pursuit of a truly restful and rejuvenating night. Self-grace. Perhaps the most profound truth that emerges as we consider the relationship between senior women and their undergarments is not about fabric, fit, or even physical health alone, but about something deeper: self-grace. It is about cultivating an attitude of kindness, acceptance, and gentle understanding towards one's own aging body. For decades, women are often subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, conditioned to view their bodies through a lens of critique, to strive for an often unattainable ideal, to manage and control their appearance. The choice of a bra for many has been intertwined with this narrative, a tool to lift, shape, conceal, or conform. As women mature, there is a powerful opportunity to release these old narratives and embrace a new one, a narrative rooted in self-grace, where the body is not a project to be perfected, but a cherished companion to be honored. This journey towards self-grace involves a letting go. Letting go of the need to look a certain way according to external standards. Letting go of comparisons. Letting go of the idea that aging is something to be fought rather than embraced. When it comes to bras, this might mean questioning the very notion of support as it has traditionally been defined. Does support mean rigidly holding the breasts in a youthful position, or does it mean gently accommodating their natural form in a way that provides comfort and ease? For many senior women, the answer increasingly leans towards the latter. It might even mean redefining support altogether, finding that the greatest support comes not from a garment, but from a strong sense of self-acceptance and inner peace. This doesn't negate the practical need for a comfortable bra for certain activities or preferences, but it shifts the underlying motivation from one of perceived obligation or correction to one of conscious, loving choice. Embracing self-grace can lead to a newfound freedom in how one chooses to dress and adorn the body. It might mean some days choosing the comfort of a soft, wireless bra, and other days, perhaps in the privacy and comfort of home, choosing to go without a bra altogether. This is not about rebellion or making a statement, but simply about listening to what feels right for one's own body and one's own spirit on any given day. It is about reclaiming autonomy over one's physical experience. The relief and liberation that can come from this shift are immense. It's like taking off a pair of shoes that have been pinching all day. The sigh of contentment is profound. This freedom is not just physical, it is emotional and psychological. It is the freedom to be authentically and unapologetically in the skin one is in.